What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want up to 12 free stocks, Webull is going to give you up to 12 free stocks. When you open a new Webull brokerage account, put any amount of money in that brokerage account, they're going to give you up to 12 free stocks that could be worth up to $30,600. There's a link down in the description box of the video. Click on that Webull link. Open up your new Webull account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. It's been a busy week in our economy, in our financial markets. Federal Reserve had their March Fed meeting on the 21st and 22nd of this week. And in that meeting, they increased short-term interest rates by 25 basis points, despite all the banking industry turmoil our economy has felt over the last several weeks. But they had no choice, right? Price stability still remains the number one priority of the Federal Reserve, not the banking system. And when we look at the banks that have gotten themselves in trouble, and several have failed, those have been tier 3 banks, what I call not too big to fail banks. Now, tier 1 banks are too big to fail. And we have not had any tier 1 banks that have shown any sign of being in any trouble. So that's good news for our economy, because we certainly can't afford to let tier 1 banks fail. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, Citibank, and US Bank. Those are our 5 big tier 1 banks here in the United States, and we cannot afford to let them fail. Now, in the international market, there was a tier 1 bank that has been in the news headlines, and that's Credit Suisse. They are as well too big to fail. That's why you saw the Swiss National Bank step in and give them $54 billion backstop to keep them afloat, keep them going, because they are too big to fail on the global market, right? They're just too big to fail. Also, we saw more evidence from Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen that they are prepared to continue backstopping depositors. In essence, what she is saying is, if there are more banks that show signs of stress, signs of potentially failing, we are prepared to step in and protect the depositors. They're not going to protect shareholders. They're not going to protect stock options for executives. It's not a full bailout, guys. It's simply a backstop to protect depositors, because you got to understand, in the situation we're in right now with inflation being over 6% and us having a fragile economy, the American people are already losing trust in our banking system. So what the federal government is doing, they're stepping in and saying, okay, guys, we understand we got a lot of parts moving here. Don't worry about your deposits. We got you covered. And I think that's the right move to make. You have to make that move because, like I said, our economy is already on the brink of going into a deep recession. And something like that would certainly throw us into a deep recession, because what happened is people would start hoarding their money. They would start going to the bank and taking the money out of the bank, and then who knows where they'll store it. I don't know, in a safe at their house. Who knows, right? You don't want that type of panic in our economy. So kudos to the Fed, AKA the Treasury Department, for stepping in and saying, yo, we're going to go ahead and backstop Depositor. I think that was a really good move. This week, though, the market did okay. The stock market, it did fine. I mean, it had a slight bounce after Wednesday's announcement from the Fed about the interest rate hike, because that was already priced in. Even yesterday on Thursday, we still had all three major indexes trade up for the day. They all were in the green. So I think that's good news. I think our fight on inflation continues. I think we've made a lot of progress. You guys got to remember, back in June, July of 2022, we were at 9% inflation. And as of the last CPI report, which was the February CPI report, we're at 6%. So making strong progress, man, but not there yet. I was reading an article yesterday where the Fed believes we'll get inflation down to around 3%, maybe 3.3, 3.4% by the end of 2023. And then by sometime in 2024, they believe we'll be in that 2 to 2.5% range in inflation. Now, that's very optimistic, and I hope that happens. A lot of things have to come together for that to happen. And the biggest thing that has to come together is we got to stop doing so much overspending as a country, right? That's the biggest key. We got to stop overspending, because what happens is when we overspend and we have a supply issue. See, we got a lot of demand, not enough supply, prices go up. When you have a lot of supply, very little demand, prices go down. What you want is a in the middle of the ground, right? You want 2% inflation. That's middle of the ground. That's a healthy economy. That gives us price stability. And price stability is important. Why? Because we want every American citizen, we want every person in America who lives in America, who works in America, we want them to be able to afford the basic things they need to live, guys. It's plain and simple. That's why I keep telling you the Fed's #1 priority is price stability. That's it. It's not the stock market. It's not the banking system. It's not the housing market, even though the housing market plays an integral part in inflation. Because why? Housing costs. If housing costs are too high, guess what that does? Now, as a average person working here in the United States, a bigger portion of my paycheck has to go to housing. That drives up prices for housing, right? So definitely housing plays a big part of our inflation number, but housing is doing okay. I think rental rates are starting to slowly come down somewhat in different parts of the country, not everywhere in the country, but in some parts of the country. Housing prices are starting to come down in a lot of parts of the country. I live in the great state of Florida, and in Southwest Florida where I live, I've seen prices come down. And that's a destination state. That's one of the most favorite states for people to move to and vacation to. And prices are even coming down there. So I think we'll continue to see prices come down as the Fed continues to raise short-term interest rates. Right now, the baseline rate they're thinking about is about 5.1%. So they got one more meeting, not one more meeting, they got an additional meeting in May where the Fed is going to also increase short-term interest rates by 25 basis points. At least that's what the market has priced in, and that's what, from all indication, the Fed has given us, is another 25 basis points, and then they pause, right? Then they pause. And like I said, hopefully all of these interest rate hikes, I think in May that will represent the 10th interest rate hike in less than a year and a half. Hopefully that will bring inflation down from 6% to around 3.5% by the end of the year. And then we can go into 2024 looking to have a strong year, right? Hopefully sometime in 2024, we can get that new bull market, right? That the start of the new bull market. That's what I'm hoping, at least. In the meantime, guys, you got to keep investing. You got to keep dollar cost averaging in. I'm here in Washington, D.C., and I had dinner with my cousin last night. He and his wife, wonderful people. So good to see him. But we were just talking about what should we be doing with our money? What should we be investing in? And like I tell you guys all the time, and I told him and his wife, you got to be investing in the market, man. The stock market is the place, in my opinion, where you get the biggest upside. with the biggest opportunity. And I'm gonna continue saying that. And again, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm just a guy on YouTube giving you my opinion, but I gave it to my cousin. I said, listen, man, hey, S&P 500 ETFs that track the S&P 500 index. Total stock market ETFs that track the total stock market, right? That's what I would be invested in. If I had to do individual stocks, then I would do stocks of companies that I know and trust, that I have faith in, and that I believe will be here tomorrow, and who have a historical track record of performance, right? That's what I would do if I'm picking individual stocks. But for most of us, 99% of us, just stick with ETFs that track the S&P, ETFs that track the total stock market. That's all you got to do. And if you do it now and you continue to do it throughout 2023, I think you'll give yourself an opportunity 3 to 5 years from now to really increase your net worth. So drop me some comments down in the comment box, guys, and let me know what you think about the Treasury Department saying they're going to backstop depositors in light of what we've been going through with our banking system. Personally, I think that's a great move, a smart move, but I'd love to know what you guys think. So drop them down in the comment box. If you want those 12 free stocks from Webull, click on that link down in the description box. Open up that Webull account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing. Share the video. Smash the like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace. If you want up to 12 free stocks, Webull is going to give you up to 12 free stocks when you open a new Webull brokerage account. Put any amount of money in that brokerage account. They're going to give you up to 12 free stocks for just trying out their brokerage app. There's a link down in the description box of the video. Go click on that Webull link. Open up your new brokerage account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money.